Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talking Diaries from Nehru World School. I'm your host, Poonam Gerula. Today, we are here to discuss about reading as a skill, particularly in primary years. A study says that children who read for 20 minutes a day get exposed to 80 lakh words every year and more likely to perform better in academics. I've spoken to many educators but about reading, and I'm looking forward to digging into this further with the three guests who are the parents associated with Nehru World School. Firstly, I welcome Sakshi Saxena ma'am, mother of Shania, who is with us in grade 3. She has been associated for over 2.5 years. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and I rather feel privileged to be the part of this renowned show.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We also have with us Shweta Mittal, ma'am, who has been with us since Gorika joined the school in early years and now she's in grade 3. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am, and I'm feeling honored to be a part of this platform.
Our third guest is Paridhi Bagga, ma'am, who's the mother of Vihan Bagga, who's in grade 6 currently. She has been with us for over 8 years now and she has a double role. She also works as a teacher with an NGO and voluntarily teaches underprivileged children. Thank you, ma'am, for being here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me on this platform. I'm really honored to be a part of Talking Diaries.
It's really great to have you all here, and I'm really excited to hear about your experiences. And to the audience who is connected to us, I would want to say that if you have any interesting reading experience with your child, let us know in the comment box. We'll love to hear your comments. So, with that, I would like to take my first question from Sakshi ma'am. Sakshi ma'am, I would want to know as we talk about the reading, what according to you is reading and why is it important in the early years of life?
Yes. So, reading, when we talk about, ma'am, I would say it is, and I think everyone would agree to it also, that it is the most essential part of the development of the child. Because it is not just that they are developing the reading skill, but they are also developing on their cognitive skills. They are definitely developing on their communication skills. They are developing on their imaginatory skills, because when they read, they every child is so much filled with creativity and imaginations that the books give them that platform to get exposed to the world of imagination completely. And also it develops that curiosity, that inquisitiveness in the child. When they start reading a book, they are curious enough to finish and go to the end of the book, because they want to know what is the ending of the book now. So that's how they become curious, they become inquisitive, which is again very important part for their development. So, and if I talk about honestly, if I talk about my daughter Shania and her reading experience, then when we got associated with NWS has I'm really thankful to NWS for that, because they have been able to bridge that gap of being her just a reader to an avid reader. I can clearly see the way she is motivated towards reading through all the read aloud sessions, the programs that you all are carrying out so well, the read aloud sessions in the class which are taking place every day. So these read aloud sessions, I feel, are really very important and very, very interactive for children, because teachers are just not vocalizing the story of the book. They are giving those voice modulations to the children. They are starting the reading of the read aloud session with an aim. They give a goal to the children, that today the goal would be that you have to focus upon the problem in the story, or how that problem was solved in this story, or the characters or the settings. So children are definitely so much participative. Even the reluctant readers who feel shy in reading or are not very confident in reading, they get so participative well in the session.
That's really interesting, Sakshi ma'am. I would actually want to know from Shweta ma'am because I know Gorika is also an avid reader. So I would want to know how read aloud and other things help Gorika.
Yes, ma'am. Since she has been associated with this school, I'm watching her, and the difference is clearly visible. The read aloud sessions and interactive read aloud sessions. Both have contributed a lot in her reading habit. Like she was introduced to reading, and her love was reading started when she was in KG, when only the physical parts of the book were introduced, like the spine, title, author, and illustrator. And then from class 1 read aloud sessions started, and mainly last year she has developed a lot. She has developed a lot in reading, and then now she is like every time she is reading, and her listening skills, her concentration level, and speaking, and he's so confident. Like I ask her, if she reads something, I ask her, okay, narrate in your own words this story, and she's able to do it so well. And even the problem solving characters and all, everything, like she's so much interested in. Now her favorite pastime has become reading.
That's really interesting, ma'am. And I think when we talk about read aloud sessions, it's all about, as you mentioned, listening, reading, and communicating. And communication is one of the 21st century skills. The child is able to communicate when they have enough words in their vocabulary. With that, I would actually want to know from Paridhi, ma'am. Vihan has been with us for quite a good time, and he has been a part of many programs of reading over these years. If I talk about Vihan, how do you think, as a parent, is he enjoying that process of reading? How has he developed over time?
I remember when Vehan was in grade 1, Richa Luthra ma'am was his class teacher. And they had started with the spine of the book, with the front page, back cover, copyright, ISBN numbers. These all things I came to know when I started my job with Darling Kindersley as an editor. Vehan came to know when he was in grade 1. So he came back home and he told me, do you know all these things are there in a book? I was like, yes, I know. Do you know there's an author's name? Yes. Do you know there is an ISBN number and it's a special number which is given to the books? So all these things you would only know when you read or when you hold a book, and that to a hard copy of a book. So Vihan got inquisitive about the author's name, about ISBN, and how are all these things combined to form a book. From there, his journey started of reading, thinking about books, and then checking out different books, especially with his grandmother. He would take one book to his grandmother, now read to me. I was not a part of that. Every night, Dadi and Pota, they would lie down and read. And that is how he developed. And now Epic was there, and Vehan has turned into a newspaper reader. So all the programs have really helped him carve his niche.
I would actually ask another question. As you mentioned, newspaper reading, which is something primarily Vihan is developing these days, and with the recent experiences that he has been a very good orator as well. How do you think that all thing is coming together?
Ma'am, when we talk about reading and especially newspaper is one place, especially the editorial page, where you get a lot of words, a lot of different words, which at times you might not find in the fiction books which are there for the kids, especially the smaller ones. But here, when you read a letter to the editor, or when there are different stories, especially Vehan read the entire information about Joe Biden. So when a kid is in class 5, he knew about Joe Biden and he was discussing about Joe Biden. How did you know? I read it in the newspaper. So that has all developed him to think, to analyze, and to discuss with his father and with his cousins. Because he's the youngest as of now, so all his friends and his cousins are quite elder to him. So he is able to sit down and discuss with them. So that has improved his general knowledge as well.
So he's not only developing the communication, but he's trying to spread that to other areas as well. Not only
Yes.
reading the books, but reading even more than that. That's
Yes.
really interesting. In fact, I would want to know, because you mentioned, the whole family is engaged in this conversation around the books. I would actually want to know from Sakshi ma'am, how do you demonstrate, how do you as a parent model this reading at home?
So reading, I would say, develops children, especially they model their parents. So first thing first that I would say is that read yourself first. We should, you can never force a child to read or to learn to read, but when they see you, especially in the younger ages of the child, they really model their parents a lot. So what you are saying, what they are listening, they develop those skills from you. So if they see you reading, they definitely get into that habit of reading. So one thing that I have kind of ritualized in my house is the reading before the bedtime. So we all sit with our books, since we even I like reading books a lot, so we all have our own collections. So we will take our books and start reading. And when Shania is reading, she will read for some time, and then she would rather stop and switch to another book, maybe something related to space. She will read a paragraph, then she will extend that thing to a good discussion with her father. So this discussion then takes her to into a different world, from being reading a non-fiction, from reading a fiction book to a non-fiction thing. So she has her own genres in fiction books. She loves reading about fairy tales, right from fairy tales to the spooky stories. She's very much interested in spooky stories always, because that is one question mark for every child, whether they exist or they don't exist, the ghost. So she's very interested in them also. But then again, that question mark of ghost goes to aliens. So from carrying her from non-fiction books to fiction books, this is very easy for her. And then probably she is really an animal lover, so she loves reading about animals a lot. So we have brought some encyclopedias for her for on animals, where we have decided on Sunday we can sit together, because her father is there on Sunday, so they can sit together. And we never force her to get which book you like to read in encyclopedia. She would pick herself and get that book and read with her father. So this transformation of taking the child from non-fiction books to fiction books gets easy when they have the variety of books at home. So you need to give them that scope, that area of scope, for them to have those varieties in the book. Like this is provided very well in Epic platform as well, I would say, because Epic, when it was introduced last year in these tough times of pandemic, especially children, when they were restricted to their houses, they were not getting access to the libraries, which now thankfully they have got access in NWS. So this, when this Epic platform was introduced, they were getting the age appropriate books for themselves. They were getting the every genre they like to read about. Everything, every book was there which they like to, even if they had that privilege of reading a book of these contemporary titles of Cinderella and Rapunzel, which we also read in our childhood times. But interestingly, these books are so differently present in Epic platform that they have an entirely different ending. So they get the idea of, even making changes, their own modifications they can also do in these contemporary book stories as well. So that's how
That's
we do.
really interesting. That's really interesting that, as you mentioned, that when they read story with an adaptation, so they realize even they can make a different end to a particular story. I would actually want to know from Shweta ma'am how you as a parent model read aloud. I understand that in class we are having all these read aloud books, and as Sakshi mentioned, you have a whole set of books for her. How Shweta ma'am is handling things?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when Gorika was in nursery, then at that time I used to read aloud for her. Obviously, nursery class student can't read. So I used to
Right.
read with her. I used to provide her with books which have more pictures and less of text. Initially, only pictures, and the child has to relate the picture with the uh, content of the story. After that, only two words written on one page, and the rest of the picture, attractive pictures. And she used to find it very interesting. From KG onwards, she starts reading small words, 2 letter words, 3 letter words. So she found it very interesting as she became independent. Then she used to say, "Okay, Mama, you stop. I will read aloud for you." It was like the journey started from there. Then in class one, she introduced me that there are this is the page, and this is the spine, this is the author, illustrator. We don't have to start the book like that only. First we have to tell the title of the book. Then in class one, her class teachers, they advised me to provide her with small encyclopedias because she can read very well. So they said that these books are above her level now, then provide her with small encyclopedias. I will say that she's less interested in encyclopedias. She's very fond of reading fiction, fables, and comic books like that. So now, though, she reads independently and she reads aloud for me. And she pretends to be a teacher and she says, okay, I'm giving you the goal and pay attention to the read aloud. And at the end, I will ask you the questions.
That's really interesting. In
It's
fact,
such an interesting game for her.
that's really interesting, because when I go to the classes and I see teachers are actually reading a book aloud, and then they ask some questions around characters and the settings and all, and children are so excited to share. They have so much to share because they have observed. Now they are into practice of that. So I think that is something that she's trying with you at home, that now I become a teacher and I read to you. So that is a very interesting replication that the child is trying to do, that definitely enhances the communication, and I also see the confidence level of the child increasing here. In fact, with that, I would want to know from all of you. Last year had been a difficult year for all of us as parents, as teachers, and even for the students. They were trying to learn new technology, trying to be apt with using the laptop. And it's definitely, we have heard about so many stories about how the struggles have been. I would want to focus on another part. I would want to know, we all are aware what were the difficult components, but as a parent or as a child, what was that unique thing, or what was that new thing that actually online brought for you, or maybe an insight? How would you take that up if I talk about one highlight about learning and reading in an online class? We would start with Paridhi ma'am.
It was there were two things. One was the way they did read aloud with Vishali ma'am. Every child was a part of that discussion. Every child was part of the book. They were doing Frindle, and then Epic. Epic has got books which we used to read as kids, and now we couldn't get hands on those books. So they were able to not only read but hear those books. You're not in the mood to read? Okay, let me just hear the book and I'll be able to understand what was going on in the book. So that was one thing. Okay, the screen time did increase, but these were the things which actually kept them sane. Otherwise, they were not allowed to go down, they could not move out of their houses. So these were the two things that actually kept them sane. Read aloud, IRA sessions were there. So they knew that we have to do this work. We know how to do this work. Let's get on with it. So these were the two things that really helped them.
So you feel that he has now started reading for leisure and not only for a task?
Yes, he has started. I'll be very honest with you. We were supposed to pick up a car. For last full 1 year, Vehan did the research on which car needs to be picked up. He read the newspapers, he read the magazines, he went on YouTube, he searched everywhere just to understand what goes where in a car, and how can you say what kind of a review can be given for a car. And when the question was put on the dining table, Vehan had all the answers. Vehan wanted to pick up a Tata product because it's made in India, and we were wanting something else. So when the thing came that Tata is not an international brand, Vehan had the answer that Land Rover and one more car is owned by Tata in India. So I actually had to go back on Google and check whether Vehan was right or wrong. So
I think that's an interesting connect. In fact, I can now link it to what you just mentioned, reading Frindle with Vishali ma'am, because this is one of the reading for critical thinking, where it is not only a book with chapters that they are reading, but they're also talking around it. What do you think? okay, what proof do you have to make a point here? So they are actually looking for the evidences across the book, which page number told you this thing. So I think that's where that evidence thing comes in.
And this also happened recently when they had a discussion with the Scotland Academy students. There was this. They said that it was a race car that they would be talking about. So Vehan went on their website, checked out what was written, read that, and then did the research. Ki, okay, they are doing F1 races. They are being sponsored by JLR. I said they are being sponsored by Jaguar. No, it is pronounced as JLR. I was like, okay, I'm
Okay,
out.
that's really interesting. That's really interesting. We had a session with the Glasgow Academy, and I think Vihan was a part of that. So that really sounds interesting. So now you actually mentioned not only comprehension skill, communication, but with that reading, he actually has become inquisitive about various other things, because now he knows how to find evidences. You can't just talk like pie in the sky. You have to have some grounded evidences while you are reading, or you're trying to find out some proof of what you have observed and analyzed. So that's really interesting. With that, I would actually want to know now from Sakshi ma'am. Sakshi ma'am, what would be your highlight of learning from last year?
Yes. So I would say, along with these read aloud sessions, the IRA sessions which are being carried out by NWS so effectively, Shania has definitely developed a lot in reading because of these sessions. She is able to again, justify what she is saying. If she's allowed to make a emotional connect to the character that is being read aloud in the class, then she has that reason behind it to justify why I am feeling this for this character, right? And similarly, I would like to confess here that the elements which we all talked about, the physical elements of the book, I did not know about them till now, and I've heard about them from Shania only. That books have these elements, and when you start a book, you really talk first about these elements and then start the book. So okay, I knew that what book I am reading, what who is the author of the book, but I never knew about all these numbers and the cover, book cover, the front cover, and everything which you told me. So that was one learning for me as well in this. And the best part that I feel for these online classes was, first, a very very simple best part was these, we are able to take them anywhere we want. Even if we are traveling, we can take them, right? And then another thing, I was able to become a part of her uh, curriculum, of Shania's curriculum. Because when she was going to school physically, we did not know what is happening there, what they are learning, what. Now that we are there in sync with the her curriculum, I can understand how they academically and how other in other perspectives also the things are moving with the children by the teachers. And with all these uh, like in English, if I say, they have this book of Cambridge in English, where if we talk about my time, we all used to just read the chapter, mug up some few answers for the questions mentioned at the back of the chapter, and then go and sit for the exam. But now, in through this curriculum of English Cambridge book, I could understand that this is not just they are mugging up a chapter or the answers to, this is gone more and more practical. They have the listening activity in between the chapter. Every chapter in the unit is different, and the grammatical topics are being covered. The in between, their teachers are playing the CDs for them so that they can listen and answer the questions, so that again develops a listening skill for them. They do get the pronunciations, the right pronunciations of the words. Like for example, the other day, Neha Kushwaha ma'am, she was teaching them about the months, names of the months, and she first played the CD of that, wherein the right pronunciation in English, how these months have to be pronounced. They are not January. We say January in Hindi. It's January in English. So that right pronunciation was given to children in that. So that's where I feel really connected with the teachers and the curriculum of my time.
Right. So a real insight into the classes, and being, just watching the teachers directly and live has helped you work with your child. That's really interesting. Shweta ma'am, what would you add to this?
I totally agree with Sakshi ma'am that in this pandemic, I have been I have been honored to be a part of curriculum. Like some words which even I didn't know the proper pronunciation. Like we have always spoken poem. We didn't know that it is pronounced as poem. So if Gaurika would be going to school physically and then she would have told me that it's not poem, it's poem, I think I would have not believed her. But yes, because Rupal ma'am used to say poem, that I know that it's called poem and no, not poem. Now I told her father also it's poem. So her father also said this ki we have listened this word for the first time. हम तो अभी तक पोयम ही बोलते आए थे. No, it's not poem, it's poem. So like that. And online classes has made the child tech savvy. It's very important. They have become so pro in using the laptop. She independently doing everything, their setup and everything. Any problem is coming, they are able to solve it. And then of course read aloud sessions, interactive read aloud sessions. What I have felt is Gaurika has developed a comprehension skill very well. Like when she reads something and she's coming across a new word of which she doesn't know the meaning, when she asks me what's the meaning of this word, Mama, I tell her, relate this word. What do you think must be the meaning of this word? So she said, okay. Then she reads the sentence of in which the word is coming. Then she guesses the word. Okay, it might be like this. Like yesterday, she was reading a book and there was a word called muck, M-U-C-K, muck. And she asked me, what is this muck? And honestly, I even didn't know the meaning. So I asked her to read the sentence in which the word is coming. So she read, the bunny slipped into the burrow and landed into the muck, and he got his shoes filthy. So Manka, okay, now tell me what the muck is. So she said, might be it means teacher. Manka, yeah, it must be like. So this comprehension skills and relating the word with this sentence and with the context, this ability has developed a lot. She's able to guess the meaning, which is new for her.
In fact, ma'am, I'm so happy that you actually mentioned this, because we are having a tendency, not only as a teacher but as a parent also, as soon as child asks what the meaning of a particular word, we tend to give that away. But the way you mention, you make her think, okay, what do you think, contextualize, look at the illustration, just find it out. I think that makes so much of more meaning. And as you mentioned, that highlight of the class, you're coming into the class and no, ma'am never tells you the meaning right away, and you actually visualize and try to make out meaning from that. So I think that's really interesting to know that we all are on the same page and working together as a team of teachers and parents together, trying to help children be even a thinking around text, thinking about text, and eventually it influences all other subjects. There are other subjects like global perspectives and others which are going to be impacted through these discussions. So it feels so good to hear that. I would want to know one more thing. In fact, this is not quiz or not an MCQ, but I would want you to pick up one of the skill when we talk about LSRW: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. These all four skills which are very important in a language learning. Which do you think? I know you can answer more than one because it is not definitely one, but which one do you think most are most impacted by this reading and these activities like read aloud and interactive read aloud? What do you think about it? I would start from Paridhi ma'am.
It would be speaking and thinking. Speaking, because when you are reading, there are times when you read them aloud. You are reading it loudly. So automatically your pronunciation changes. You speak with expressions. There's voice modulation. There is intonation that you are doing. So all those things make a lot of difference.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your response. I move on to Sakshi ma'am. Sakshi ma'am, what do you think? And you can pick more than one.
Yes, ma'am. So I would say out of LSRW, the way they are kept in the order, it is it follows the order. Because the most essential skill that needs to develop in a child, especially in the younger ages of childhood, they develop first listening. Because any structure that they want to follow of the language, they first listen to it, only then they are able to speak. So when these children, yeah, they are young yet they run to their grannies for the stories, because they are happy only listening to them also. They are able to figure out, they are able to imagine on their own what their grannies are narrating them. So, like one incident I would like to share here that Shania shared with me for this. They in class one, when ma'am was doing a read aloud session for her, for the class actually. They are she asked everybody to close your eyes and just visualize what I am reading. So they were children were not exposed to the characters, they were not exposed to the settings of the book, nothing they were exposed to, neither the text, but they were only listening and visualizing it. So that's where again, when you listen and you are able to visualize it, you have definitely improved on your comprehending skills with that. So I would say, like a teacher says, Teddy goes out to play in the park in the evening. So the first thing, the first setting that will come to their mind is that it is the time of evening. Then they will visualize the park. Then maybe they will visualize Teddy he playing in the park. So all these things are connected with the listening ability. Even in the read aloud sessions, when the teachers are reading the book to them, they become so interactive and participative that it doesn't make a difference for them that whether they are reading or they are listening, because the listening skill has improved so much, so for them they have become so good listeners. And when you become a good listener, you become definitely a good orator. So speaking is followed by listening. So when you become a good listener, you automatically give that stepping stone for other skills to develop on their own. Then the speaking comes. Then you gradually learn to read, and then at the end you write. So for me, listening, even through the IRA sessions, I would say they were all videos. So they only listened and they become part of that story so much.
Thank you. You actually ticked up all the options, A, B, C, D, all of above. So that's really interesting, and I think that's how it goes. I would want to know from Shweta ma'am, what would you pick?
Yes, ma'am. According to me, it's same as Sakshi ma'am. All the four skills developed through IRA and read aloud sessions. Like when the child is small, I think only listening and reading and speaking. But now, in the online classes, they are also writing the answer. When at the end of this story, when the teacher asks, they are also writing and showing the answer on their dry slates. Writing is also improving. When the teacher reads aloud, the child is listening. The child is listening to the sentence structure. The child is able to identify the speaker, the dialogues. The child is paying attention to the voice modulations. Like Gorika is able to identify what are the lines which is the dialogue. So how she has to pronounce the word, how she has to speak those lines. That some exclamatory phrases are there, so she has to speak those lines with a little expressions. If there is a question statement, so she has to speak like that only. And so speaking, listening, and reading, of course, when the teacher is displaying the book on the screen, the child is reading also along with. So wherever there is some confusion in the pronunciation, it gets clear when the teacher is also reading and the child is also reading. And in writing, of course, the children are giving answers when the teacher asks at the end of the read aloud sessions. So they are in so much hurry that I should show my answer first. So the speed of writing is getting very good nowadays.
That's really interesting. And if I put that all those thoughts together, reading is actually developing all kind of skills that we require for a language, whether it is communication, whether it is listening skill. And with all these programs, you are actually, I can see, yeah, the children are getting benefited. And since we do not have a lot of time left with us, I would actually want to pick up one most important question, and that would be, what will be your message to the parents who have young children and would want them to be an avid reader, what would be your suggestion? So, brief, crisp suggestion, one from each. I'll start from Shweta ma'am this time.
Reading with the child. Like if you are finding that your child is not interested in reading, sit with the child, read with them, take some attractive books at the beginning with more of pictures and less of text, colorful pictures. So the child will see the pictures, will visualize the pictures, and then the child will create the interest. As soon as he will develop the interest, the journey will start.
Thank you for your response, Shweta ma'am. I would want to know, Paridhi ma'am, what would you say?
Same as what Shweta ma'am just said. Sit with your child whenever you have time. Lie down with them. Lie down with a book with them, so that they know what is a book. So that they understand how does a book feel when you're reading it especially at night. Give them picture books so that they can start. Don't give them heavy, thick books. Let them pick up their own books when they are going in class 1, class 2. Then they can have their own journey with books.
Thank you, Paridhi ma'am. Sakshi ma'am, what would you want to add here? Your
Ma'am,
message.
adding on to my friends only, yes, you have to read aloud to your child, definitely. You have to read yourself to make them model you and ritualize it as a reading habit at home, because when it becomes a habit, it gradually it becomes they are able to do that more conveniently. They get more interested in reading.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. It is actually, it's so beautiful to hear from the parents and coming straight from parents as to how the children are feeling, how you are receiving all these various programs is actually an insight for us as well. And I thank you all for being here with us and sharing your experiences as a parent, what your children have been doing in the at home besides doing things in online classes. So I thank you all for taking out time and talking to us on this platform. And to the audience, I would say that if you have similar experiences with your children where you have been reading and you have seen those changes, please write in the comment section. We would love to hear from you. So thank you so much, Shweta ma'am, Pardi ma'am, Sakshi ma'am. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been honored.